Hi everyone, good afternoon. Today we are going to start with this series of tutorials how to deploy a Hello World application using AWS Serverless Application Modeler. Um, so yeah, we are going to use this tutorial that we have here. I'm going to put the link down below in the description and in the comments. So let us start in this tutorial. We will use AWS Serverless Application Model command line interface to complete the following: initialize, build, and deploy a simple Hello World application, make local changes, and sync those changes to AWS using AWS CloudFormation, which is an implementation of Terraform. Terraform is let's call it a tool that helps us to manage infrastructure as a code, that helps us keep our infrastructure updated, synchronized across environments, and such. We are going to execute some local testing uh, and also some testing in the cloud environment. And at the end, we are going to delete whatever we have deployed uh, to our to our cloud or to our stack. Here's a simple diagram that represents what we are going to do or how the hello world function that we are going to create uh, works. So basically what we are going to create or what a command serverless application modeler command line interface is going to create for us is this resource called Amazon API Gateway. We are going to be creating an AWS Lambda function and well, this role is going to be created for us. There are some prerequisites that you need before going through with these tutorials. These are the two main. You need to sign up for an AWS account, create a user within that account, a development user. For that development user, you need to create the proper access key ID and secret access key so they can have access to the development console programmatically. We need to install AWS command line interface, normal command line interface, additional to serverless application modeler command line interface. Those are two different command line interfaces. We need to have them both installed. And we need to configure our AWS credentials. Additionally, optionally, we need to have VS Code AWS Toolkit installed, which we have here. So those are the prerequisites. I won't go through the prerequisites in this video. I will leave that for another video. And then after that, you need to install AWS SAM command line interface, the second command line interface we mentioned it. We need both of those. After you have successfully installed the prerequisites, you can go to your terminal, open your terminal, change to your local directory. I recommend using an empty directory. And after you have changed to that current directory, to that working directory, you can hit SAM init for initialize, and you will be prompted for some options that we need to be completing. So which template source would you like to use? I'm going to hit one, AWS Quick Start Templates, and then I'm going to choose again one, Hello World example, which Quick Start application template choose. Use the most popular runtime and package type. I'm going to hit no here, and I'm going to quickly open another bash terminal, just to quickly hit Python -- version. And here I can see that locally I have Python 3.12 installed. So that's the version that I'm going to choose here. So I'm going to hit 19 for Python 3.12. I recommend you choosing whatever local Python version you have installed. Then what package will you like to use? One, zip. And then would you like to enable X-ray tracing? I'm going to hit no. And then would you like to enable monitoring using CloudWatch? I'm going to hit no. And then set structure login in JSON format. No. The project name will be Data Faker. Data Faker. And there we go. So we can now change directory data faker, or we can use our tree structure here and we can see that this folder structure has been created for us. Here we have a note regarding the version of Python we should be using. This time installed Python version must match the runtime property specified in template.yaml. We recommend using Python 3.12. And then all of the options that we have already decided. And here we have the successful prompt after creating this project with no errors. In the tree command, we should see this structure that we have here. Some important files to highlight: hello world app.py. This is the function that is going to be executed. The Python code is going to be executed when we call our Lambda function. Requirements.txt contains any Python dependency that your Lambda requires. SAM configuration.toml, configuration file for your application that stores default parameters using by command line interface of serverless application modeler, and this template.yaml that contains the infrastructure that will be deployed as a code. Here we can see that we are deploying only one resource, which is called hello world function, and the type is serverless function. It's a Lambda function. Furthermore, we can see this handler. That means that within this app, we are going to look for this function called Lambda handler, and whatever this function is returning is what we are going to execute when this function is invoked. There are many types of other resources that can be created. These properties change accordingly, according to this object that's going to be created. At the moment, we are going to leave this file as it is, and we are going to also leave this file as it is. Furthermore, we need to use this command build to build our application and prepare it for deployment. When we build AWS SAM CLI creates this directory .aws-sam and organizes your function dependencies, code, and project files. So we're gonna do that, SAM build. And you should be on your working directory. So in this case, within data faker folder for SAM build to work properly. And now we are ready to deploy. So we are going to hit SAM deploy guided. And we're going to leave most of the parameter with the default value. So here's tag name data faker, yes. AWS region, US is 1, yes. So just hit enter in your keyboard. Confirm changes before deployment. I'm going to hit yes. And then allow some create new role, yes. Disable rollback, no. Hello world function, is this okay? I'm going to hit yes. Save arguments, yes. To this file, yes. Default environment. And what you should see now is this initiating deployment, uploading to data faker. This is the name of your stack or of your application. And these in green are the resources that have been created. Let's go here to CloudFormation. And here we are going to see this data faker set time of creation. It has just been created seconds ago, 24th of May 2026, 24th of May 2026, 3:22 local time. This is local time as well, 3:21. So less than 1 minute, maybe 1 minute ago, this review is in progress, which means this stack is about to be created. These resources are about to be created, to be deployed. Would you like to deploy this change set? Yes. Now we should see this stack updates to creation in progress. And if everything goes okay, should end up with a message that says update complete. You can see that I have some previous stacks for some other applications, for some other deployments. This is a very useful tool so you can manage different applications at the same time that will require different resources and manage them independently. Well, you can see it's a great tool for doing that. Uh, so now how this stack creation completed. And if I go to Lambda functions, and if I filter, and here I have lots of functions deployed from before. You should only see one. This is the only function that you have deployed. You can see here deploy 45 seconds ago, last modification 45 seconds ago. Name of the function, data faker, hello world function. And if I click on it and then inspect the source code, I should see that it's the same code that I'm going to have here. Hello world. So here we have hello world. And now I'm going to invoke this function from here, from the console. In order to do that, you just need to click on this button that says test. Then it will prompt for a new test event. Create new test event. Just put any name, event one, and then save, and then invoke. By default, this create this JSON with these parameters, with these values. Later on, we will see how we can use different keywords and pass them on your Lambda function. So, like your function does something according to the keyword that you're passing. In this case, this is not necessary. Whatever keyword you decide to use here is not being used here in the code. So this is just a dummy event. We are going to use the default and then hit invoke. And then after hitting invoke, we will see this message from this terminal. I will hit it again. Try not to scroll that much. So if I hit invoke, I can see this terminal opens with this message that says start request ID. This is the unique ID for the start of the execution, the memory used, the resources used, and the response of the execution. It says status of the execution succeeded. Let's make some changes here. So according to this tutorial, we can use this command. Something watch. And then I'm going to change this message to Hola Mundo. And then click Control Save, Control S on my keyboard. Here I'm going to proceed Y. And this command, what it does is automatically builds and deploys whatever changes I have done here. This is not recommended for a production environment. This is only recommended for a development environment, since the point of this command is that automatically will deploy local changes to AWS Cloud in real time. We recommend it only for development environments. So what we are observing here, that we have this update in progress happening, and then everything has been completed accordingly. So if I go here and then I update this, hello world, you can see that I should have the new message updated, which was Hola Mundo. Here we have it. And if I hit here nuevamente, and then nuevamente, and then again I hit Control Save. This starts syncing automatically again. And then we can see that the second time this happens, it actually has been more efficient. Because it took much less time and it has updated the function already. So this is a useful way to keep your infrastructure updated as you are developing, and you can again test it into in the cloud directly. Here we can see the response again, and here we can see the new message being executed. Hola mundo nuevamente. I'm going to hit Control Z to stop this SAM function. Let us go back to our tutorial. And here it tells us another option to test our functions. I'm going to use it very quickly. It says if we execute this SAM list endpoints output JSON, we are going to get these endpoints that we could invoke using core. This one that are here. If you were to execute core and those and that URL to send the GET request, you should get the following message. Let's try do this very quickly. I'm going to copy that and then say core. Okay, I'm missing some authentication. I'm not going to worry about this at the moment. I would rather focus on this option to execute the function from remote. So SAM remote invoke name of the function, which is hello. I'm going to pass to another line because this is like to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to copy this from here and just change the stack name to data faker. And we should see this message of successful invocation, which says hola mundo nuevamente, which means we are invoking the remote function called hello world that is located in our account, in our AWS account. There is also another option to execute locally, which is SAM local invoke. SAM local invoke. Let's go with this. This requires some other local configurations installed previously, like Docker, which I haven't done. So again, let us not worry too much about this way of invoking resources. At the moment, let's just focus on being able to invoke it, to invoke whatever Lambda function we have deployed by either going in the console and clicking this button test or using the command remote invoke. Name of the function, stack name, name of the stack. The tutorial finishes showing us how to host a local API call to this function. We are not doing this for the moment. And also, we are not going to delete our application that we just deployed. You could do that by either executing this SAM delete command or going directly into CloudFormation. formation, and then selecting your pile or your stockpile, clicking it, deleting. We are going to leave this tutorial here. On our next video, we are going to keep doing some changes to this function. We are going to see how to deploy another additional resources other than Lambda functions, and we are going to see how to add a layer to our Lambda functions, um, which is an additional configuration that we could do so we can add more versatility to our functions in our console. That will be all at the moment. Thank you for your attention, and bye.